Why do you think so many people are criticizing your relationship? What's so bad about a girl marrying a man because he has a lot of money?
I've been trying to figure that out for myself. I have standards as she does, and it's funny. They call her a gold digger, but so am I. I like gold. Who doesn't like gold? And she wants someone that can provide, and I'm stepping up to the plate. I like to do that for my woman.
And you have to understand from her perspective. You're a gold digger, but in a literal way. You're digging for gold. She's a gold digger in a metaphorical way because she doesn't have to do any work for it. I think that's why she gets some criticism, but I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that, and it makes sense why she chose you because she was able to manipulate you very easily.
Well, I think she does plenty for me. She cooks, cleans, and she's going to be the mother of my children as well. So is that nothing to you? Is that doing nothing? Is that no contribution?
I think she's doing it in bad faith, though. You know what I mean? It's like just because a gold digger is going to do wifely things doesn't mean they're doing it because they like you. She's doing it because you have a lot of money.
And she's also a very attractive woman that can be with a lot of different men that have a lot of money. And if I didn't have said money, status, and whatever else, I wouldn't have been able to pull her, right?
Yeah, probably not, because not that you're not necessarily able to pull her because she's so above your league. You wouldn't be able to pull her without money and status because she's only going to be with somebody with money and status because she has as many interests as that white wall over there.
Sure, of course, and that's the opinion of many on the internet. And I believe to attract a woman of her stature, young, 10 out of 10, beautiful, intelligent, you need to bring something to the table, right? When I didn't have money and status, a woman like her just wasn't even an option.
You ever heard the saying that, like, you know, some rich people, they won't go around, like the real rich people, they don't go around with chains and stuff?
Sure.
It's because they want to avoid, like, those Dubai type of people. They don't want those people coming up to them, I would say. And you clearly aren't wearing a chain or anything, but I feel like that's kind of who that type of person is, right?
Who? I'm that type of person or she is?
She is.
What's that kind of person?
Well, I'm saying you couldn't have got with her if you didn't have status and money, but I'm saying then you probably shouldn't have got with her. That should have been the signal that you don't get with that person if they're only with you for your status and money.
But what is the problem with her looking for a man that has money and status that can provide for her, the lifestyle that she wants?
Those are the same expectations of like a I feel like you have to, not that she is one, I'm saying, of course not. You have to have actual standards about the personality and stuff, right?
Yeah, and she has that as well, right?
But that's not what you mentioned. You said status and money.
Yeah, that's first and foremost.
Yeah,
right.
That's
that gets
problem.
That allows me the opportunity to even get in the door with her, right? But the personality is obviously a big part of it because she's had. Look, I wish I can show her DMs. She has DMs from countless men with money and status. Like a woman with her stature doesn't have a problem finding a man that can provide for her, right? Like there's no shortage of men, especially in Dubai where I met her, with money and status. There are men much richer than I that have tried to be with her that failed, right? So it's just the game I'm playing.
Yeah, I guess it's like a trade though. They maybe are less easily manipulated and also maybe they aren't famous and maybe they're like very old.
Is that what you think? There are countless athletes that have been after
Countless Dubai athletes? Are they even able to be athletes? I feel like
she's been in America now.
I feel like it's more likely that a person in Dubai has legs growing out of their ears than they become athletic.
Well, not just in Dubai, but here in America. She's been here for 2 years, and there's been countless athletes here in America that have been try to be with her.
Okay. Since you're black and your wife is white, what are some mixed appropriate names you might choose? Electabuzz, Magnemite, Fallout Mech, Jokerbat?
None of those names that you gave to me.
But you got to do a name that's not completely white or completely black, so that's why I gave you some options.
What does Jokerbat even mean?
Like Joker and the Batman, and you combine it because they're from the same universe.
A Jester Maxine kind of name. I think I would choose none of those
Maybe you could name him that?
Jester Maxine?
Yeah,
I think
sounds
I would
funny.
Not. It is funny, but I don't want my child to be a clown, so.
Do you let your wife say the N-word?
I gave her the N-pass, yes.
So that's what she says when she's mad. She goes, "Foo!" and she hard.
Rules and I have the N-pass.
You do. That'd be correct. My wife says that as foreplay.
No, it's an insult when
No, it's foreplay. It gets me excited when she says it.
No, don't pretend it's like a thing you're in on. It's an insult. Do you think when you slapped that tiny man, it was because of what he said, or was it because you were compensating after being undermined and feeling powerless in your own home?
It's because of what he said and the disrespect he gave to me and my wife.
What did he say exactly?
This WWE? What the hell's going on?
Why is there a chair in the middle of the set after he left? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's because he disrespected my wife and I.
What did he say? I saw you slap him, and it seemed like he had touched your wife? It was hard to tell.
No, he didn't touch my wife, but he made inappropriate comments.
But she said, don't touch me.
That was Rampage that gave her a goodbye hug.
Okay. And that had nothing to do with the fact that, like, she was undermining you in your own house.
Yeah, it was nothing to do with that. Why do you think that's the case? Why do you think that goes on behind closed doors?
I've seen the streams that you've done with her where you're, like, trying to say something and then she shuts you up.
No, she may speak for me at times, which is what a team and a married couple does occasionally because we're comfortable. I speak for her sometimes. Sometimes she'll speak for me.
That's what married couples do.
Sure. And
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Married.
Yeah, we're married.
You're missing my my clever genius statement here. When I say married, I'm saying like past tense, but it already ends with an ed, which is usually how people end past tense things. But married already sounds like that, but I'm making it sound past tense. Do you get it?
Because you're saying like, we're not married anymore.
No, I'm saying that's what married couples do. When do you think your wife is going to cash in her money in the bank contract?
What contract are we referring to?
No prenup, divorce, boom, money in the bank. It's like WWE, but real life.
I think we're going to be together forever.
How the hell did she convince you not to sign a prenup? I mean, really, how did she convince you of that?
She didn't convince me. I disagreed to do it. She volunteered, said, no, we don't need to. I believe we're going to last forever.
That's what she said?
That's what I said.
I think I saw a clip where you said you initially wanted one.
I said we spoke about it,
Yeah.
right? And we decided not to. We both made a decision not to do it.
Yeah, why would she come to the decision that you should do it? What would ever make her want to do that? Even if she actually was with you because she liked you, she would have no incentive to do that because she would think that you guys are together. If she was in a relationship to try to steal your money, then of course she would never agree with it. Nothing would ever make her agree with that.
Well, I marry somebody I trust, and it's as simple as that.
I forget the name, but it's like one of those demons who fool a man's mind and
A
then...
succubus?
Yes.
She might be a succubus for Halloween, but she's not actually a succubus.
But then again, it's like people call it kind of low effort if people dress up as themselves. So if you were dressed up as Larry Wheels and she was dressed up as a succubus, it's like, come on.
Fair point. Yeah.
Would you sleep with Mr. Beast, no homo?
Would I sleep in a bed next to Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
I'm Larry Wheels and I fuck Mr. Beast.
Is that true, Larry?
No, it's not true. So based on what you
But
just
Larry
said,
just said it.
see, you know what? Now I'm not sleeping next to Mr. Beast.
Because of that?
Yeah, because of that.
But you're very easily influenced. You're claiming that this guy's a liar, but he actually has influence over real-life decisions that you make?
It's getting taken out of context. So no, I'm not sleeping next to Mr. Beast. Even if we're fully dressed and people are watching.
Whoa. Who added the people
Larry
watching?
Wheels and I sleep with Mr. Beast when people are watching.
No, Larry doesn't do that.
Larry's
Larry's full of shit.
Why would you add the people watching part, Larry?
Because
Is that from experience?
what's that?
I saw a couple of comments about that.
No, it's not from experience.
Have you seen those comments?
I've seen those comments. Yes.
Are they true?
They are not true.
So what's your response to those people?
So what comments exactly? Spell it out.
The ones that are calling you a cuck.
You go, well, I'm not a cuck.
Okay. Could you have any proof that you're not?
There's no proof that I am.
Yeah, but it's on you to prove a negative. That's how that works.
Well, how did one go about proving that?
You can't. That's why it's impossible. That's why you're guilty. That's how it works. Philosophy. You
Yeah,
have
I
to
don't
prove
agree with
negatives,
that.
not prove positives.
Yeah, well,
You don't provide evidence for a claim you're making. You provide evidence for a claim that doesn't exist.
right. Well, there's no way for me to prove that.
Yeah.
Besides just
So how
denying
can
it.
we stop people believing that?
We don't. We just live our lives and move on.
Because you have no proof against it.
There's no proof. There's no way to prove that didn't happen.
Because you can't disprove a negative. You don't understand what I'm saying?
I've never heard somebody say that before.
That makes sense. Do you